Yeah, I'll have another. Oh, hi, I'm Dave Rispoli. The stress of the preseason, not to mention all the stress of week one, me and Joey needed a vacation. So he's off in Chicago while I'm soaking up the sun in the Hollywood Hills. And since Joey's not here, I finally get to say it. We are
Tuddy Guys.
Here's what we got in this week's playbook. Today we touch on what to take or leave from the first week of the 2012 season. Joey Skypes in from Chi-Town, I try Bikram Yoga, and we see who's going to cut loose come week 2. We waited months and months, and week 1 has already left us. So maybe your team blew up, or maybe it laid a fat stinky turd. But before you etch your name into the trophy, or sell your first round pick for a bag of Skittles, it's time to put it all into perspective with a little take it or leave it. Take it or leave it, take it or leave it, take it, leave it. In week 1, I'm taking tight ends. Turns out our family friend, Indino Chomperchese, was right. Tight ends are loaded this year. 14 tutties scored by tight ends in week 1. That's 14 more than the entire Cleveland Brown offense. So maybe you missed out on Gronk or Graham. Check the waiver wire for Martellus Bennett, Heath Miller, heck, even Kevin Boss. He's a Chief now, because the year of the tight end is just beginning. I am leaving INTs. 6, count them, 6 quarterbacks threw 3 or more picks this week, but also 3 of them threw for over 300 yards. Point is, it's just hard to get your mojo going week 1. You know, you're coming off preseason, you gotta drive to the stadium, the traffic. Better days are coming. What else am I taking? All day! He's back. If you started him or MJD, you're probably the kind of person who likes to skydive or listen to Ice Cube. And we like your style. Moving forward, do not question Purple Jesus. Still need one more of these. Okay. And finally, I'm going to be leaving defensive struggles. I'd wait until week 4 to abandon ship on these guys. Then you'll figure out who's got the goods and who's softer than my hotel's Tempur-Pedic mattress. Speaking of which, I need to take a sad nap. Since last week, my highest fantasy score was my kicker with 10 points. Now we're going to kick it to Joey in the Midwest, interviewing some locals about fantasy football. Seriously.
Tuddy Guys.
Hi everybody, I am Joey Christopoulos, Tuddy Guys, on the road right here in Chicago, Illinois, in Wrigleyville. I'm going around, the NFL season's about to start, and I'm going to catch a fantasy buzz. All right everybody, we're sitting here with some Colts fans. How many yards is Peyton Manning going to go for today? If I told you guys that the number 2 wide receiver in fantasy football last year was Jordy Nelson, how does that make you feel?
Scared.
Scared for us?
It's not a Colt? Unfortunately not.
Oh, you guys are screwed. I'm with a diehard Bears fan and the coolest Zubas you will ever find. My man, who you starting today?
Vic, unfortunately, but I also got Forte, Brandon Marshall. Tight end, I got Ed Dixon, just some random guy from the
You gotta like
Ravens.
Ed Dixon though.
Yeah.
He's throwing the ball a little bit more. You gotta like the shot with that.
Could be good.
Forte and B. Marsh though, I think those are the picks of the day. Hello ladies, I have one question for both of you. Do you play fantasy football?
No.
Me neither.
Starting Mike Vick and Ray Rice.
Me too. So you don't play fantasy football?
Not at all.
No, yeah, I don't. Who would do that? Who would like that?
Every guy in America.
23 points.
Every guy in America? Yeah, but not me though. I'm different.
Tuddy Guys.
I don't know about you, but I got a little too stressed out week 1. I may or may not have cursed out my grandma for playing Kevin Ogletree against me. So I think it's time we all relax and cut loose. This week brought to us by our good friends at Firestone Walker Brewing Company. We're going to start with Cam Newton. Last week, Clark Kent got stuck in his phone booth, but Superman will have to show up to keep up with Breeze. He's at home. He'll cut loose. Joey?
I think the problem is, Dave, is that you baked before you shaked. Back to you, Dave.
Okay, Joey, I'm not wearing an earpiece. I'm going to say Kansas City running backs. To keep up with an aerial assault of Atlanta, they had to take a back seat. But expect Crennel to get back to a ground and pound with his 2 baby boys, especially against a defense that yielded 118 rushing yards to the Jets. Week 2 equals loose. What say you, Joey?
Well, for me, Dave, nothing beats Aerosmith's Big Ones. Always takes the cake.
Joey, we've got to get that feed fixed. Finally, we have Vincent Jackson. He looked as stiff as a politician last week. But the Tuddy Guys think that 10 targets and an awful Giants secondary is everything a man needs to cut loose. Joey, one more time.
Yeah, well, for me, Dave, the best way to handle rage is to take a deep breath and count down from 10. Back to you, Dave.
Tuddy Guys. Tuddy Guys.
Thanks, Joey, and enjoy those hot dogs. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter at Tuddy Guys. Tweet us your questions, comments, and concerns. Like us on Facebook. And remember, if you liked today's show, tell a friend. And if you didn't, tell two. Now go win that league.
Tuddy Guys. Tuddy Guys. Tuddy Guys.